All right, so here we have with us a familiar face. You might actually recognise this face. He is one of the FKME models. Not just for one, but two shoots so far.
Two shoots now, yeah.
And we are actually planning a third shoot, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
So this is Ronnie Stone.
Hi.
So, Ronnie, introduce yourself, tell everyone a bit about yourself.
So, I am Ronnie Stone. I am, 30 years old now. That's terrifying to think about. And I'm a former porn boy. I've moved into an event space, working in that industry. I've worked in loads of different things. I've been a kid on the block for longer than I'd like to admit now. It feels like so much has changed since I was 18 and first going out clubbing. Yeah.
So, actually, let's quickly talk about that. So, you said you're in the event space now.
Yes.
Okay, quickly tell everyone a bit about that, because I love your events.
That's very sweet of you. So, with over a few drinks, as we often do, had a great idea. Me and a few friends got very fed up of doing the same sort of performance gigs that we were always doing, and we decided to make our own. So what we did is we formed something called the Cavalcade Club, which is a very bizarre, very alternative rock and roll sort of circus, sideshow, cabaret and burlesque thing with big club night attached to the end of it, which, yeah.
It's not quite like much out there, is it?
No.
There's a few similar things, but not quite there.
I think when you're doing events in event spaces, particularly in queer event spaces, there's always going to be a certain amount of overlap anyway. But it's probably the most unique queer sort of fetish-inspired cabaret club night in the UK at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Just the level of sort of performers and performances that we can deliver and we bring are not like the sort of thing that you're going to see on the rest of the village, particularly in Manchester, but also down in London and everywhere else that we happen to visit as well. We always end up absolutely mobbed. I remember one year doing a thing in Hull, for example, and we had people out the back door, through the side door, looking through the windows. It was insane.
What was on there then?
That was at Hull Pride.
Yeah?
We had one of our burlesquers was performing at the exact moment where I think we just somehow got everybody's attention all at once, and we were absolutely mobbed. I'll dig the video out one day.
Well, I mean, to be fair, from the shows that I've seen, like, the performances are just so different compared to what everyone else is doing. So.
Yeah, we certainly find the best way to blend the circus into the event. It's so much more than just drag queens lip syncing.
Oh yeah, no, it's very much like yours is alternative, kink, burlesque, drag.
Yeah,
with a bit of like something out there.
Yes.
Like the last time I was there was that person who put a big nail thing inside of a nose.
Yes,
and then
that's the blockhead trick.
Yeah,
it's called.
And then
because only a blockhead would do it.
Is that what it's called?
That's
the
why it's
blockhead.
called that.
Okay. Makes sense now. But then you had some really sexy girl burlesquing it up, and then you had some really muscular dude hanging from chains.
Yes, yeah.
And then
I'll never daddy.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. So it was really cool, and the music.
Very different as well.
Yeah, very different. Like, pulled out a lot of the naughty emo anthems for those fans.
Yeah.
Like, I think Avril Lavigne came on at some point.
It always does. Everyone always thinks they're hard until Avril Lavigne comes on, and then everyone loses their minds.
Yeah, so everyone was singing along to that.
Yes.
And it's great. And then you have all sorts of people. Like you had like your sexies to your... Like, I can't even
first
timers. Some people just there look like they've walked off the street going, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, absolutely. Which is always fun.
And then, you had people who were in pups gear, and then you had people who were like, you seen me at the last one, I had fishnets on.
I didn't even realise it was you when I first saw you.
No, that's a first, by the way, for those listening. So anyway, so they're your events.
Yep.
People can find them, I imagine, through your socials, which I'm going to tag the Ronnie Stone socials. And we're going to actually talk about the holiday that we've just been on. So for those...
Are we ready for this?
Yeah. So for those who've already listened to the podcast, I've had Alex on a couple times, and we spoke about the GRAN holiday. Ronnie also came on said holiday, and we have literally just got back, and we're just going to give you the breakdown on our first proper gay jolly. So it was a gay jolly, jolly holiday.
Jolly boys outing.
So we went to Gran Canaria. We were there for a week.
Yes.
And what are your thoughts? Just brief, quick overview. Give it like one sentence.
It simultaneously felt like it lasted for a month and a day. All at the same time. It flew, but then somehow it felt like we were there forever. And I don't say that in a negative way either,
No.
like at all. It was. I don't think I've laughed that hard in years
Oh, definitely.
consistently. But because of that, and because of there was so much joy and relaxation mixed with partying and terrible choices.
for some, like. I think it had its ups and downs this trip, and I think that not all the downs are based on the holiday. Like annoyingly, first day flying, started getting a bit of a scratchy throat, and then it was like, oh, here's the cold cough thing coming in, and that really didn't take full effect till day 3, but it kind of had that on me. It kind of limited me a little bit to how much I could party, but I made the most of it because I'd rather be in a warm country feeling like shit than in a miserable wet UK feeling like shit,
especially Manchester.
Exactly,
just constant rain.
But the weather was spot on, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I think I could have done with it maybe being a degree or 2 colder.
Sorry,
warmer. Not colder, warmer. But
we went in December, by the way. So this is going to probably air in January. We went in December.
Yeah.
And still the same similar temperature, but it's better than the UK.
Just the sight of the sun was enough for me. That was all I needed.
But I think there was a little bit of rain, wasn't there? I can't remember.
I think we had a couple of patches of like spit spotting. It was trying, but I don't think we ever got properly like caught in it.
Yeah. But no, I think it was not too bad. I think it could have been a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
I didn't wear a single jacket.
No, you didn't.
No, I've been once before.
Yeah.
And I had a jacket on most nights.
Whereas I was in the bar asking for blankets.
Yeah. So, could you imagine how cold it was last year then?
Yeah.
So, but it was quite warm for me. It was there was a fair bit of difference between the day and the night, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. Very noticeable.
So, obviously, we were saying that I was hindered a little bit much of the liveliness with not feeling 100%. Yeah. But we still did go out on a few nights out.
Yeah, I mean, me more than the rest of you.
Yeah. You went on your solo jolly.
Which I think if you'd asked us before we left who would go out the most, I don't think anybody would necessarily expect me.
No, not really. It'd been quite a hard one to judge that, wouldn't it?
Because, I'm usually the first one. It's like, it's 1 a.m. This is it. This is my bedtime. Like it's gone hours ago. But for some reason, I just seemed to be able to run off of nothing but rum and 4 hours sleep.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that holiday, I don't think any of us slept that much, actually.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I definitely felt like I needed another, the whole cliche, I need another holiday to get over it.
Oh, definitely. Well, as you know, me and Alid, on the last day, we did check out on Skyscanner some delayed flights.
As did I. Desperately wondering if I can message my boss at work going, There's been a problem. Do
you know what? That has actually happened once. We got delayed by a day.
Oh, yeah.
I was praying for it on this one. I needed it. So obviously we were talking about the nights out. So we went to the Jumbo.
Yes.
The famous. Yeah, it was. So I've been once last year, but it was in the day. So I'd never seen night. So it was the same for me, Alid, and yourself. Alid was our guide. He was our guide.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
And he was like, we need to go to these bars. And what are your thoughts on the Jumbo? honest thoughts.
So bearing in mind that we're in very much the off season.
Yeah.
I think you can probably get what you're looking for from a queer night out at the Jumbo if you're determined. Yeah. I think.
Sorry about that.
I hadn't really heard a lot about it specifically before going, so I didn't really know what to expect. But the things that I had heard had made it seem a bit more unhinged than what I actually saw. And I think I say unhinged more in the sort of deeply it wasn't as sexualized as I thought it was going to be compared to what I'd heard. I think, don't get me wrong, we had plentiful opportunity if it arose, but it was actually more of just some really good gay nights out. Yeah. If that makes sense.
I completely agree. I mean, the bars, there were some nice, friendly bars. Staff were always really nice. There was the guys trying to grab you to get you in.
Yes, every single bar.
Yeah, and the drinks, they were quite fairly priced.
Yeah, I mean, they were fairly watered down too.
Yeah. Only in the cheaper ones, though.
Yeah.
I think when you paid for quality, you got quality.
100%. It's like anything, though, isn't it?
Yeah. And we found a few nice ones, like that Secret Garden bar.
Who would have thought that you could come out smelling like Burger King and still have such a good time?
So for the listeners, that bar was located above a Burger King, but it was like so bougie.
Yeah.
And it was a bit posher than the other bars.
100%. And
But it was above a Burger King.
and a really cool live DJs and stuff, which were awesome, and they're playing some great mixes. And it always felt like the best place to start for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like build up with a bit of
decorum before the chaos.
Yeah, exactly. Get a little bit merry with some decorum, and then go to the slut drop bars.
I was saying to you as well, like the people that work in there, they seem to have so much joy in their jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can just tell that they really love working there, and you don't get that a lot here. I think in any setting, I think most noticeable even on the flight back. I mean, did any of those staff crack a smile once? I don't think so. No. But when you go in and see them, especially if you've been like the day before or something like that, they just, you're back again. It's so, like they know you instantly. And you just don't have that kind of...
Oh, yeah, they had a right flirt. I mean, remember that barman, as soon as he saw Alex, he was like, hands over and big hug.
Yeah.
And then a lot of flirting. But then, he did flirt around and kept bringing over free shots.
Yes.
But they all did. It wasn't just this one guy.
100%.
But this one guy was another level.
Yeah.
But he was lovely. He was brilliant.
Really nice.
Sparkles, we liked that place.
Shout out to Violet.
Yeah. So, actually, shall we go on to the story of your performance at Sparkles?
Oh, are we ready for that? Yeah, no, it's cool.
So we went to the first night of Sparkles. It was nice. It was fun. They had some drag on. It was a bit average,
to be honest, from my perspective.
But the next time we were out, we thought, let's go there.
I heard from someone, hadn't I? I was like, we've got a really good show on tonight. And I was like, okay, I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. Who was you heard from? Just some randomer?
The apps.
Yeah. So it wasn't one of the actual drag saying. No, I've had to double check on that.
No, it was someone that I was flirting with.
Yeah. So they said go to Sparkles, and were you tipsy before there, or did
I'd been tipsy for most of the week by that point.
So they were like at the end of the show, which was a good show. It was really funny.
I think because it was 2 shows, wasn't it? And we caught the back end of the first one.
Yeah.
And going into someone lip syncing to a Brazilian Tina Turner impression was not quite what I had in mind. But then that finished. But it was still very funny and entertaining. And then they had another show, which was their sort of more usual drag show, wasn't it? And that was...
There was still a lot of lip syncing.
Yeah,
but it was done so well.
I think a couple of the performances really stood out to me, but one of them, it was lip syncing to The Winner Takes It All by ABBA, which is a very classic drag performance song. But just using the karaoke version with just the one line of I don't want to talk over and over and over again, to the point where they're just drinking, lighting a fag. Do you know what I mean?
I think they pinched someone's drink off a table, grabbed a fag off someone else, and just with I don't want to talk.
Yeah, exactly. And just the fact that you can be brave enough as a performer to break all of the rules. I found it hilarious. Like, I
thought the one that Violet you mentioned before. Where she came out with the inflatable car thing.
To Shut Up and Drive.
Yeah.
Rihanna,
That was spot on, running through the crowds.
Yeah.
So, really good. But after these shows, it was game time. They said we need some guys from the crowd who wanted... they said free drinks, plural.
Well, this is where my grievance starts. Because when they said free drinks, I assumed it was like a round of drinks. So I was sat going, obviously I want free drinks. I want everyone to have a free drink. Mm-hmm. That is not what materialised, though, is it?
No, not. But let's see how we got there first.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So they were quite diverse. I don't think they intentionally did it, but they pulled people from different areas of the globe, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because I'd have expected quite a lot of the same area to end up, but it was like guy from... Where were they from?
I think one was from Finland, one was from Russia, I think, and another one was from like Sweden or something.
I think so. And
Maybe.
Then yourself from the UK.
Yeah, but that didn't really surprise me though. Like, because drag is fairly global, and also like GRAN Can is also fairly global as a place to go. So.
I was just really surprised how diverse that competition was. I expected there to be a few from similar countries or a few from the UK or
Yeah.
a few from Germany, because there was loads of Germans there as well, weren't there?
Yeah, you're right.
So it was quite a good diverse competition, shall we say.
Yeah.
But what made me laugh is the competition was lip syncing,
Yes.
and all of you focused on dancing. So
I was lip syncing and dancing.
oh, you were, but all three of them before you, one just didn't say a word.
Okay.
Another one, he attempted it when I don't know the words, but they just danced. The other one just danced as well.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, you've got this nailed. Because as they was dancing, you were singing along to every song.
Well, that was what was making me nervous though, because obviously I was last or sort of in the lineup, and I'm sat there going, okay, I know that song.
Yep.
And then the second song will play. Okay, I know this one, and I know this one. I'm sat there
What
going,
are the odds?
But what if I don't know the fourth song? I don't want to be that awkward person just going, don't know it.
Well, it came to your one, and you danced to dance.
To Poker Face.
Yep. Yeah. You did the splits twice.
Yeah, regretted those that next morning.
Yeah. And you mimed it all. You done the lip syncing.
Yeah.
It was really good. And then you got to the final, and it was you and the older dude who was so bladdered.
I don't think he knew where he was.
No, not at all. Straight bloke as well.
Yes.
I think it could have been bi.
Yeah, well, we don't like to assume.
Because he was so bladdered that when it came to yours and his, the finale, you're right. What's it called? Your final battle, shall we say?
Yeah.
His wife just ran up like, I've got him. I'll help him.
You know when you need to sort of call him back up.
Yeah, he didn't even know to call him back up. She just went. She was like, "He needs me."
That's loyalty.
Yeah, and you were giving it beans.
I did my best. I'm the only. I was probably the only one that had done any sort of dancing.
I'm surprised you didn't have a stitch.
I did.
Oh,
it's just when I had so much rum percolating in me.
Well, you smashed it. You nailed it, and that video is online. Did you post it?
Yeah, I think so. I think only on a story though.
Oh, okay.
I will probably post it after this.
I might post it on the Fuck Me page.
Yeah, do. I mean, I was wearing those knickers at the time. If that's all you need.
I mean, for everyone listening, this Fuck Me podcast, hosted by Ethan Bradbury, is sponsored by Fuck Me. So you were wearing the Fuck Me jock?
It was the jock and the socks.
Oh, and the
At
socks.
that point in time. Yeah, I was repping.
Sweet.
I'm always repping.
But yeah, so sponsored. I think I had a Fuck Me t-shirt on, maybe. I don't know. Well, regardless, sponsored by Fuck Me. Get some Fuck Me merch. Back to the story. So so absolutely nailed it, and it came to a crowd vote.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the older guy, he won.
I was
But
fuming.
bless him, even in his drunk state, he was like, "Who was better than me?" Like to say to you, and I can't remember which drag it was.
It was Violet.
Violet. She's like, "Yeah, we all know." He was better than you. You got the sympathy vote. But bless him.
It was that created a bit of a legacy for me, that holiday though.
Yeah.
Like for the next 2 or 3 days, because I think that was sort of towards the mid-ish end, towards the holiday.
Yeah.
The next 2-3 days, I was just getting messages on all of the apps going, was that you on Sparkle stage last night? And
Yeah.
it's like, oh no. It's like, I don't know if I want this to be my legacy in Grand Can.
Hey, to be fair, if we go back next year, we'll see who was there.
Yeah.
You might get recognised.
Oh goodness.
A little celebrity now.
Yeah.
Tell you what I did like though. There was this one guy, bit of a dick. Then you didn't even clock. There was one booer in the crowd, and he was just doing it because he wanted to support one of the guys.
Yeah.
And literally, the drags just laid into him.
What, they booed me?
I wasn't sure if it was you, but there was a booing. I think it's when they were going through the 4.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't at the end. It was when they were going through the 4 at the start, and they were like going over people's heads, like scream through, "You want to win." And there was one guy booed because obviously it's just cheer loud of who you want to win. And one guy just did a boo, and the drag just went, woof, just collared him like straight over. And it's like, we are like in this community, the LGBT, we're all about support. We're all about this. And
I didn't clock any of that.
You were in the middle of having a borderline panic attack, struggle to breathe, stitch, vomit combo.
Yeah.
And they were just like
that sounds
it's
like
if you've got that attitude, get the fuck out kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
And this was off the stage.
Wow.
And, And then they made everyone boo him.
That sounds like a drag queen.
But that shows like the support. They're like, we don't accept that here.
Yeah, I mean, there's already so much negativity towards queer spaces, and there's no reason that queer people need to be bringing that in themselves.
Yeah.
It's sad that that's happened, but it sounds like they handled it masterfully.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely. And the thing is, they didn't boot him out. They just said, so if you're gonna be like that, fuck off.
Yeah.
And then they let him stay, and he stayed.
Yeah.
Lesson learned, I hope.
Yeah, 100%.
So that was quite nice to see. Right, on to the rest of the Jumbo. There's a few other acts. There was actually some bars that were obviously a Spanish-speaking drag and stuff like that.
Yeah, Funny Boys. That was fun.
That was quite cool.
That was fun. It was nice to see. This is not a read, but it was nice to see pretty drag.
Yeah.
And that's not a read on any of the queens that are doing anything in any of the other bars. But because it was notably, I think it was quite local queens, or at least sort of Spanish origin, their take on drag is very much more about female impersonation as opposed to being a clown character.
Yeah.
Whereas British is more clowny. And it was nice to see just talented people doing a good job. Yeah, if that makes sense.
I don't know if you remember me saying, I was like, there was one who I'd be like, normally wouldn't have batted an eyelid, as in attractiveness to me. They weren't attractive to me.
Yeah.
But then I was like, yeah, I would. It was like their performance.
Many a straight man has been confused by a
I'm not
Spanish
straight,
drag queen.
but
No, I know.
I get what you're saying.
By a Spanish drag queen, because trust me.
But yeah, it was. I was just like, that performance was I can't even remember the song. And Alex was laughing his head off.
I think it was Shirley Bassey.
Yeah, I think it was Shirley Bassey. But it was so hot the way it was done, and I was like, yeah. Like, fair play. It was just like super sexiness. But yeah, that was good. Obviously, we went to loads of different bars, little bars.
Yeah, we sort of explored quite a lot, didn't we? Yeah. Some of the cocktail bars were nicer than others.
Yeah, there was that one that was the top floor one where you had a good dance. You danced to dance.
What was it called? It's named after a Spanish island.
Mykonos. Yeah.
There we go. Is that even a Spanish island? It's a Greek island.
Greek.
There we go.
Yeah, it's Greek. Yeah. Pretty sure it's Greek.
I think you're right.
Correct us if we're wrong.
Please, in the comments.
So, yeah, I wasn't really interested, going up there, but Alex was like, I need to dance.
Me too. Yeah. To be fair, after I've had 3 or 4 drinks, my energy levels start creeping up again. And I'm like, okay, it's time to have a boogie.
You know what I'm like? When I get to a point of a night and Magic Ethan comes out. Yes. And we were...
Sorry, Magic Ethan is just a very powerful mental image.
Yeah. And... he came out a little bit. I think I was a bit reserved. He came out, though.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sort of... fluttered open the curtains just a little bit.
But I mean, I think I've got a photo of you doing pole dancing without, and it's not even a proper pole. I think it was just holding.
I haven't seen this photo.
I sent it in the group.
Did you? Okay, I didn't see it.
So it was just. I think it was just poles holding up the building.
That's reassuring. Okay, cool. I must have had quite I don't remember this.
Yeah, it was when we first went in. So you're there, I think you did the human flag.
Oh, yeah. I probably did a cheaty version of the human flag.
No, it's good. It was really good.
I'll take you.
So you did that. You did a bit of spinning, then we all started dancing. To be fair, the music up there was pretty good.
It was a good mix of local tracks that you could tell the locals liked, and then sort of the pop girls.
Yeah,
which was fun.
I don't know if that was an all-male bar.
No, it wasn't, because there was a hen do in there, of course.
But I'll be honest,
far from one,
for the most part, the Jumbo, it is dudes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dudes.
Very, very male or dominated.
So you go out in Canal Street in Manchester, you do get a lot of women. I'd
say it's pretty equal, even.
Yeah, but then when you go to Jumbo, it was
probably 80-20.
Yeah,
for sure. That was actually quite interesting to see, the different vibes.
Yeah.
Just to compare what I know of Manchester and London to Jumbo. It was everyone was just so much more friendly and relaxed, and I was just about to say we never really saw any trouble, but actually we did.
Oh, we did.
On the first night.
And it was women.
And they weren't English. Because usually
it's the Brits who get toothpaste and act like dickheads.
Yeah.
So that has a change. So we're not saying the other countries are dickheads. We're just saying it's usually the Brits who are dickheads.
It's usually the Brits.
But yeah, it wasn't. So there was girls throwing punches. So this was 10 a.m. Not 10 a.m. 10 p.m. Fucking hell, that was an early start.
That would have been a good start.
So 10 p.m. I think.
Yeah, it was 10:30.
10:30.
Because we were still having the calm drinks.
Yeah, and then there was a dude who was involved, but it was because the women wanted it. No, the dude was acting a bit of a dick. But then the girls started arguing. The girls started throwing some fists.
Yeah, but the first I realised was when bottle got smashed.
Yeah, and to be fair, like it was just everyone just stayed seated instead of everyone like whoa go. Loads of people just stayed seated because it was just looked like yep, that's a big ass crowd already.
Yeah.
And
Can we shout out to the sort of, I think it was the retired Glaswegian couple that was sitting in front of us, and the dude's just like, I just want a beer.
But bless the drag. Like, I don't think she handled it the best.
I don't think she handled it the worst.
No, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
She was like, come on, people.
Yeah, it was, oh, calm down, everybody. It's like telling anyone to calm down when they're in that state.
I just be like, security is on its way.
Yeah, exactly. That probably would have been the most effective thing, but then maybe they didn't know that the security was on their way.
To be fair, I mean,
it took a good 5-10 minutes for security to get there.
Yeah. But as we were saying, not that many women in the Jumbo, and the drama, the big kickoff. What's the women?
Yeah, interesting
mad.
that.
Mad. Really mad. Didn't see any other kickoffs.
None at all. I didn't even see any sort of argy-bargy or people getting in each other's faces or anything like that. Like, it was quite calm.
And people kind of took no as an answer, didn't they? I didn't see it. It almost being forceful, but if you clearly weren't interested, people.
Yeah, I think people were still a bit handsy. I noticed it a bit. Yeah. Particularly like when you're I think it was the first night that we were at Mykonos. And someone like shimmied through, and as they did, they just sort of took a bit of a buttocks feel, which was like, oh, gross. I wasn't it just sort of took me by surprise. I noticed it a couple of times in other sort of more crowded spaces, but it was more like they didn't want. It's like they weren't brave enough to interact, so that's what they were going to do instead.
There was a lot of that. So back to the grinder conversation. So there's people like, I seen you eating your chips.
Oh my god, like, is that food nice? Stop it.
So instead of people having the balls to actually say hello, getting messages like, I can see you.
Yeah, it's like hills have eyes type shit.
Yeah, and like you'd be like, meet us at this bar, and then they're just like, they would be there, but then not. I don't know, like.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Because that happened to a few of us, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're chatting, and then they'll be at the bar, but they won't acknowledge the fact that we're like trying to sort of make eye contact or wave at them.
Oh, people are just too scared to say hello. And I just walk up to be like, you know, mate, how you doing? I'm a bit of a gob shy though.
I think that helps.
Yeah,
it does help.
But remember that I'm watching like How Were Your Chips? That was the thing.
And then out of the blue
like,
as well.
And then they wouldn't send a face picture.
Yes,
but they also wouldn't confirm who they carried on messaging that they wanted to like meet up or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah, it was so weird because even I was like, because I think they sort of started on you and then I found them and I was like desperate to try and work it out, and then they just blocked me and I was like, oh, okay, cool, well.
But it happened on the beach a bit. Like people, like they would see you walking past, and bear in mind the beach, there's a nude beach as well, so the gay beach.
Yeah.
We haven't even got onto that. Was really cool.
It was, yeah.
But people would like see you and then like message you, but they kind of wouldn't like say where they are. Yeah.
Or necessarily who they were, or how long they were there. It was just weird.
There was one dude, it was quite funny. He was messaging and he was like, oh, where are you? I'd see we're nearby. But obviously, because there's so many people, it's fucking hard to read on the thing. And nothing to it, nothing where just general chatting. And I was like, oh, I'm by here. He's like, oh, so am I. Took a photo. I was literally the lounger in front of him and to the left by 3 foot.
See, that would give me the creeps.
Yeah, but he didn't know.
But he didn't realise it was you.
Yeah, I was like, because I
can see myself in that picture.
But I didn't know. I didn't clock it. I was just showing it to Alid, and I was like, where's this? And he's like, that's our view. I was like, what do you mean? He's in our space?
Yeah.
And then, but he was right behind.
Yeah.
And obviously his camera zoomed in a little bit.
Yeah, so you weren't actually in frame.
No, you could see Alid's elbow. And I was like, whoa. So, but yeah, no, he was nice. He was hello. He was had a quick chat.
That surprised me as well, actually, how many lone travellers there were.
Yeah.
It's not something that I've ever really realised was a massive thing, but it's seemingly for Gran Can, there was a lot.
I think because it's such a social hub, and they know no matter what, they'll be able to.
As long as they book near the Jumbo, they'll have some company at least one night a week.
Exactly. They'll be able to find people and find out where they are and go have a social. And it doesn't matter if they've got company for one day and then making company the next.
Yeah, that's true.
People are quite chill.
Yeah.
And it's a party place. People go to bars and you can talk to anyone in the bar.
Some people can
Some people, as we
just-
they can't speak to you, but you can speak to them because they're
Yeah. Or they're just sort of on a balcony somewhere staring at you.
yeah. Honestly, I swear these people watch me eat my chips. They must have had
That was so
binoculars
creepy.
or
It's like,
what's that pirate thing? The long one.
yeah.
Yeah,
That'll be one for the. Anyway,
yeah.
what's it called?
I can't think.
No, anyway.
Anyway, the pirate thing.
Pirate thing.
Just off his balcony.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there he is, eating his chips.
It's just the thing is if you sort of transplanted that whole interaction that we had with those guys and put that on any other like platform, messaging app, or anything like that, that would be damn like bordering criminality.
Well, to be fair,
It's quite intimidating.
yeah, I mean, Alad's had it on Twitter.
Oh, really?
I've had it before, but not quite. I've watched you eating your chips. He had the chips thing.
Wow.
Yeah, he
that's a lot.
was eating fish and chips at a chippy or on a seaside resort. No, where we go in North Wales sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And someone's like, "How are your chips?"
Oh, that's a
I was
lot.
like, well, but the thing is, he had a profile,
Yeah.
so Alad could actually see who this person was. I think he could.
A bit different because maybe it could be a bit tongue-in-cheek, but when you're coming from an anonymous profile, doing things like that and then not willing to share any pictures or identifying sort of info, that is just really unsettling.
Yeah. Well, anyway, onto the gay beach.
Gay beach.
Well, that's the thing. It's not actually a gay beach. It's just like it's the beach of Maspalomas.
Yeah.
And it's pretty nude friendly, naturist friendly.
Like most of the continent, to be fair.
Yeah. And then once you get to because they have bars along the beach, and then there's you see rainbow flags.
Yeah.
Rainbow flags and pretty gay music. And then it's like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah. Although the first hour we were there, I think it was on the second time that we went, the first hour when it was just blasting solid Christmas anthems.
Oh, God. It was, yeah.
It's like, guys, I love you, but I can't cope with this. My earphones are going in.
We're back. We had to pause there for a drinky poo. You can leave that bit out, Elizabeth, as well. Do you know what? She's not even going to edit it out, and then the listeners are going to know that there's this mystery woman called Elizabeth who does all the editing. Anyway, we are back in the room.
Yeah.
So the gay beach.
Yeah, we were talking about the beach, weren't we?
Yeah. So what things did you like about it? Any things you didn't like?
So obviously it was a naturist beach, as you mentioned.
You didn't have to though, did you?
No, and many didn't. Yeah. Many did. There's sort of two really distinct memories I have. The first of which is I think it was the second time again that we went.
Yeah, you went twice. I went thrice.
Yes. Yeah. I think it was on the second time. There was an elderly couple. I say elderly. They were getting on in their years. So, and one of them was bound a wheelchair.
Oh,
Do you
yes,
remember?
I remember this. Well,
And
nice.
watching this fella's friends help him over the beach onto
That
a sun
beach,
lounger.
by the way, is a fucking slog when you're not in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I was going to say I don't like about the beach. To get to the gay bit, it's a 20-minute walk.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound a lot, but on sand.
Yes, in the heat.
In the heat, carrying your bags, it's a lot.
100%.
So you were saying about this guy.
Yeah, and it was just so sweet to watch this fella's friends just help him in such a kind way.
Well, because them two weren't exactly mobile anyway.
No, exactly.
So,
I think one of them was on a walker as well.
yeah, so he had a walker, and then there was this dude just came along pushing this guy on a wheelchair, and that must have took like 40 minutes easy.
Definitely.
Yeah, well hard. Because I've tried at the beaches back here with our little picnic thing on the rollers. It's well hard.
Yeah.
And that beach isn't exactly hard sand.
No.
So, oh bless him, forgot about that.
It was just really sweet.
Yeah.
That was one of the sort of memories. And then the other one was, again, I think it was just the first time where I realised I don't have to be stressed.
Yeah. That's what I like about beaches is everything else just goes.
Yeah, I think there's something about the harmony of sort of land and water coming together that is quite soothing. Mm-hmm. And even with hundreds of willies flying around everywhere and some odd encounters that we've already kind of touched upon.
We had more odd encounters.
Oh, do you not remember when we walked back through the dune, I think it was, and it was just like the hills have eyes.
Oh,
and it was just a bit intimidating.
Yeah.
Apart from that, it was just so nice to just sit and relax.
Yeah. I seen a boner.
I think I wouldn't know where to look.
he was on the lounge like next to me.
Well,
Like,
well, that's one way to get an invite.
it's that's what I think it was. It was a discreet. I got a boner, but yeah, it's one of that. Like things don't happen on the beach. People fuck off to the bits. But you're not allowed to now. If you do go in the dunes, you can get a fine.
Off. Oh wow!
Yeah, a fine now. But I've not done that. But I was told, I was warned. I had friends who like, if you're doing any of that, it's like I think it's a few thousand now.
A few grand. Oh, wow.
I think I could be wrong.
Could be wrong.
But maybe it was only brought in high season because. Let's be honest. I didn't see any people.
Well, I didn't see any sort of patrols.
No.
If that makes sense. Mind you don't want that job, do you?
I think it'd be funny.
Security for the nude beach to stop all the gays shagging.
Yeah, I'd just bomb it up and down the quad, and then I'd have a little like a BB gun.
Just a spray.
Just in, yeah. I was thinking just shoot him in the bum.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that works.
Just up from a distance. Stop it. No, but water. They might like water. My thing is water sports.
Sports, but yeah.
But no, it was nice. It was funny. There was some really nice people to chat to. Like there was a guy. It was quite funny. He had some trunks that I also have.
Yeah.
They were like pineapples and stuff. All over
Oh
him.
yeah. I know the ones.
And when I went to the toilet, I was like, "Oh, I have those trunks." And then I heard his accent. I was like, "Oh, you're Scouse." And then he actually lived from where I used to live. 'Cause I didn't live in Liverpool. He lived near Liverpool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh no," he goes, "There's another guy who's from around there." And he mentioned then my partner.
Oh,
So it was like they've been
yes.
chatting. So I was like, "Oh, that's quite cool." So there is that friendly atmosphere.
100%.
But yeah, another gay beach. Had a really good time.
It's just nice to be calm.
Yeah.
Because I think we'd been out the night before as well.
Oh, it's good for a
and-
hangover.
Yeah, exactly. And just being able to sort of sit, read my book, let the world sort of pass me by for a couple of hours was just fabulous.
Exactly. It's just that walk.
Yeah, to be fair, it didn't really bother me.
Yeah.
It didn't really bother me all that much. I think after I'd done it the first time and I knew what the beach would be like, I then changed it for the second time, like footwear and stuff.
I'm just a lady of leisure where I like my hotel and the beach, like there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's what I like. So when I go to somewhere where I've got to like have a right track, I'm just like, oh fuck's sake.
It was nice to get shuttled back and forth from the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
So we didn't have to think about that.
Yeah. 'Cause it had the shuttle, which took what, a 45-minute walk out.
Yeah,
And then
easily.
And then there was a 20-minute walk.
Yeah.
You know,
So you would have been walking over an hour if we walked the whole way.
easy.
Yeah.
But no, it was nice. It was good. And then another thing we did was the water park.
So I'm convinced that you lot would send me down first just so you could hear me scream.
To be fair, I think that was your own doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, the screaming was my own.
No, I think you were like rushing, you were getting on first every time.
No, just get this shit over with.
Yeah, I think, because I thought it was quite funny also being at the bottom when you were done it because I could see your face as you shit yourself. Yeah, it was a good water park though.
It was really good. I've never really been to anything like that.
No.
I mean, I know there's one. I was meant to go to the one I think that's in Tenerife.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like 10 years ago, but I never went. And it was nice to. I mean, it was still freezing because when I went it was December.
Yeah.
But again, it was so nice.
Yeah, like in hindsight, if it's not the most ideal place to go, December, January time.
No.
But like in summer, I imagine that's spot on.
I bet it's rammed in summer as well.
But I was saying too, wasn't I, about there's this bear group, and
Yes.
I can't remember. I think it could be February, it could be March, and like it's just a bunch of bears go to Gran Can, and they have like loads of little events. But one of the days, they all just go to the water park together. So just a water park filled with gay bears. That'd be quite.
Ooh, time to do some shopping.
Yeah, to be fair, I would love that. But yeah. Like I think I remember seeing photos of them on the lazy river, and I was just like, "That is gonna be cold."
Yeah.
So that's what
we
killed
didn't
me.
do that one, did we?
No, because I said I won't do it. Because it killed me. Like of all the rides, I will not do the lazy river.
The calmest one.
Yeah, it's the water's that cold. You usually be sitting in water that's freezing for 20 minutes or half hour. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing that.
That's a great
Throw
one
me
to-
down a slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can, because I think after about an hour, I was like, I'm gonna go back and get my towel, and just kind of wrapped up in the towel most of the day.
It was a bit nippy.
Not a complaint. Not a complaint. Just an observation.
Yeah. But no, that was fun. Definitely do that again.
Yeah, 100% do that again.
And let's talk about something I was really looking forward to. The naked boat trip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? On Thursdays only, the day that we landed and flew home.
Yeah, typical. Absolutely typical. Because I was nervous. So I've done a boat party once before, and it didn't go well. at all. I spent 4 hours being sick into a bin bag.
Yeah.
And it's bad. You probably shouldn't have got out on the boat when the captain is being sick.
Yeah, no, that's pretty bad. Yeah, they should have called that, to be fair. But they clearly didn't want a refund.
So, like that, yeah, definitely. And I was partly hesitant because of that.
Yeah.
And then partly hesitant because I was like, naked on a beach. Oh, sorry, on a boat even. I'm like, okay. Yeah. But actually, now I think after having done the beach, I would have been more keen for a boat party.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Unless towards the end of the holiday, the sea was crazy.
Oh, wasn't it?
It was red flag. They wouldn't let people swim. It was like, nah. But if we went earlier on, would have been fine. But yeah, I was just so gutted because obviously the audience who are listening, they might know from the previous podcast, I was excited. It's been something that I've said on social media for years. One of my goals in life to tick off a bucket list is an orgy on a boat.
So a naked boat party seemed like the easiest segue towards the orgy.
It was one of those boats where they say what happens out at sea stays at sea.
Is that what they've got written on the side?
It might be on a leaflet. I don't know. But it's something implied.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it's Thursdays. And I was like, I go back on Thursday. Like, would you like to go on a naked hike? They have those on Saturdays. I was like, fuck off.
Naked hike. Oh, yeah, because this was floated and then we all looked at each other and just went, no.
No, I'm not doing a naked hike. Could you imagine me in a hot fucking island, like going up hills? Yeah, no.
No, I mean, the walk to the beach in Wales is enough sometimes.
Yeah. But I didn't want to do a naked hike.
No. I think we're all very much of the mindset of we are relaxing or we are partying or we're doing an activity, but we're not going to be doing things like that.
So, as an overview...
Yes.
Would you go again?
I would. I'd probably go at a different time of year.
Yeah.
But I certainly would. The only thing I would change probably is that Kalima thing. So the sandstorm.
We couldn't. No one had control.
And this is the thing.
I wouldn't have pressed that button that triggered the Kalima.
Exactly. But given the opportunity for it not to be there and me not to wake up with the driest throat every day.
Yeah. For those who don't understand about the Kalima, isn't it like the wind coming over from Africa? So
it drags the Sahara Desert sands over and it makes the air quality absolutely horrendous.
You couldn't see anything. There was no it didn't look like there was just a sandy sky.
Yeah.
It was just everyone's chests were getting a bit worse.
Yes.
So... Yeah, I understand that because there were a lot of people, even though I was already coughing, there's people, everyone else started, so maybe that's why mine was worse.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I get what you mean.
That's the only thing I would have changed. Everything else was fabulous. The company was fabulous. The hotel was great. The staff there were great.
Yeah. And thank you, I am awesome. I'm good company.
100%.
To be fair, same for everyone. It was a good group. We had a good dynamic.
It was a good sized group as well. Because I think any more than that and you start sort of splitting off, don't you?
I could have gone for 6.
I think so. Yeah, probably. I think that would have been the absolute maximum.
Yeah, I went last year with 15 people.
Yeah,
but that
wouldn't have coped with that.
That wasn't a gay jolly.
No,
it was different. But regarding the time of year, I get what you mean because it is nicer to go to the Canaries because I've been March and May.
Yeah,
and so much nicer the weather. However, I hate British winter.
Yes.
So it is nice to be able to get away.
So I had a chat with my boss at my day job.
You've had this conversation?
As I arrived. Have we?
I thought you meant since you've been back.
No. So since I've been back, I've spoken to them.
Okay.
And they basically turned to me and said, yeah, we're going to pretty much insist that you have a holiday every December and February because this has done wonders for you.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like, the difference in you before and after is night and day. And I'm like, oh, great.
That's amazing.
Fabs, yeah.
So that's obviously like seasonally doesn't help and obviously things going on, but seasonal, that has a massive impact on people.
100%.
So if you're looking for a bit of winter sun that's not expensive, because otherwise...
It really wasn't expensive.
No, because otherwise you've got to fly to like Mexico and stuff like that. But just over to Canaries, get a bit of vitamin D in multiple ways if you want.
Don't know what you've heard.
And yeah, I definitely rate it. But yes, it is better in other times of year. But to get away from that British winter, I think it makes a world of difference.
It really does.
So, that was this episode of the Fuck Me podcast. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels. Make sure you buy lots of gear, because that's how we fund this podcast. So, Fuck Me merch. Yeah, I think it's, fuckmemerch.com. That's it. Just go buy some shit. And that's Ronnie Stone.
Hi. Bye.
All right, tune in next time. Bye.